So things are clearing out now. Things are beginning to be clearer to us Nigerians. Like play. As Peter Obi becomes the consensus candidate of NDC, Goodluck Jonathan, former president of Nigeria, gets to be consensus candidate of Turaki-led PDP. Turaki-led PDP. Let that sink in small. You get why? So, who is really pushing Jonathan? Is it really Tinubu? Or is it Atiku? And what does Jonathan really want? Does Jonathan really think that he can defeat Tinubu? Or Jonathan is submitting himself to be used by somebody? Who that person is, we will find out. Yes, we will. Because, think about it. Jonathan has been frequenting the Aso Rock Villa. And if you watch the body language of Jonathan, he is always very excited to go to the villa to see Tinubu. Very excited. You see his laid back attitude, trying to break the ice, trying to throw jokes. Just watch any of the recent videos or any videos of Jonathan visiting the Aso Rock Villa to see Tinubu. He's excited about it. Could it be that he's excited because he's trying to please Tinubu? Or is he excited because he's hatching a trick to get back to Aso Rock Villa? Is that what is going on? Somebody asked a question. What does Tinubu have against Jonathan or on Jonathan? Are they trying to use some evidence to force Jonathan to help them by forcing him to run? That is on the one hand, though, because when you discuss the Atiku factor, it looks like this is not true. But then again, think about it. Somebody went to court to file a case contesting the eligibility of Jonathan to contest the 2027 election. You would have thought that Jonathan would have just allowed the case to run. That way, the case would have continued even probably longer. But out of nowhere, Jonathan just quickly came to say, no, I'm eligible to contest too. What's going on here? But that's not even the end of it. In addition to Jonathan's surprise jumping into the case, Tinubu's Attorney General also jumped in to say, no, strike out the case against Jonathan. Jonathan is eligible to run. Now Tinubu can they defend Jonathan to clear Jonathan to run? Something fishy going on there. This is why many people suspect that Tinubu is the one that is pushing Jonathan to run. It's either they have something on Jonathan, or Jonathan He's looking for more money. He's broke now. For him to concede, if truly it is Tinubu that is pushing him. Because think about it. If it's not that they have something on Jonathan, which I feel is rare, because Jonathan as commander-in-chief, he has the power to anything he does is practically right. Anything he does is practically right. It's practically law. So you can't really hold him to say, oh, Jonathan, you thief here, you thief there. And if it's not that they have something on him, then is it that Jonathan don't broke in they find money now? They pay them, what do they call them? A pension now. Pay them pension. Because somebody raised a very, very, very valid point. It be like say Jonathan himself, he not too thief when he was president. It is those people that surrounded him. In fact, I joked too that majority of the money that Jonathan should have stolen, it be like say na Desiani na Tifan. And as Desiani don't come go UK now plus Bahamas. I mean now which country now? This Cyprus. Which country gave Desiani diplomatic this thing? I'll remember. So it be like say Jonathan not too thief for himself. It was people that were supposed to steal for him, but those people have palmed and color-bid everything. So is it that Jonathan is broke? That's why he's trying to come back to the presidency? That's why he believes that somehow he has a chance. He stands a chance against Tinubu? Is that why? Or is it that Tinubu has something against him? But then again, when you look at it, then you ask yourself, is it really Tinubu that is pushing Jonathan? Or is it Atiku? Two reasons. Who benefits the most from Jonathan running? Certainly not Jonathan, because he doesn't stand a chance. If by some reason they allow Atiku to be on the ticket, Atiku is not supposed to be on the ticket. ADC is supposed to be a paralyzed party. But something is going on even in that angle too. Particularly with respect to the Justice Abdul Malik's judgment in favor of the state chairman. Something is going on there. But of course, that will not stop an Atiku from plotting. We saw how Rotimi Amechi stormed out of the meeting with David Mark. Obviously unhappy. Be like say, it don't declare to Rotimi Amechi now, say, true, David Mark is working to favor Atiku. Now, who stands to benefit the most from having Jonathan on the ballot? If Jonathan is on the ballot and succeeds, I still want to believe that all of these things in a game that they play. Because when did Jonathan join the PDP back? When? We were all here when Jonathan resigned from the PDP, resigned from active politics, saying he's no longer going to practice partisan politics. That was when even PDP needed him most to stabilize PDP. But instead of staying to stabilize, he resigned to say, oh, he's resigning from partisan politics. He's going to now become a statesman. When PDP needed him, he didn't step up. He allowed PDP to crumble. Then all of a sudden, he now comes out to say, oh, I'm running for president. How now? As how? When did Jonathan join PDP back? We're still going to look at who benefits from Jonathan being on the ticket. But when did he join PDP back? The video of people who went to the house of Jonathan came up about 11th of May. How many days ago? That 11th of May was already beyond the deadline for submitting electronic membership register to INEC. Already beyond it. And if you do the calculation, you do the math, you see that really at that point, it was not possible for Jonathan to be an aspirant for any political party, because at that point he said that, let me still consult, meaning he has not decided on a political party to join. Abi? Or maybe we are the ones that are fooled. Maybe Jonathan is trying to fool Nigerians. Because if he said, I'm still consulting, he has not joined the political party, that means Jonathan lied. Jonathan lied. It means that at that point, Jonathan had already joined PDP back silently. It means Jonathan has already joined PDP back silently. So on the one hand, it is odd for him to be on the ballot. But then the way he is even getting on the ballot is by fooling Nigerians. Nigerians, take note. But let's look at why or who benefits from Jonathan being on the ballot. If Jonathan is on the ballot, like it is looking now, from fooling Nigerians, deceiving Nigerians, meaning he has not changed, it will now be more southern candidates. More southern candidates. It will then mean that you will have a Tinubu from the south. You will have Peter Obi from the south. You will have Prince Adewale of the SDP from the south. You will have Showore from the south. You will have majority of the contestants from the south. And then you will now have only Atiku from the north. Many of you will say, Atiku's votes that he got in 2023 were PDP votes. That one he get as a B. Don't rely too much on that statistics or on that statement. It may be PDP's votes. It may not be PDP's votes. But then think about it. If all of these candidates are from the south, right? It means that if all of them really pull their weight, it will break all the votes from the south. It will divide the votes from the south. It will divide the votes from the south. Then guess what? With all the rejection of Tinubu and the APC in the north, and the fact that there is a penchant for tribal voting from the north, then it is likely that it will be advantage Atiku if Jonathan gets on the ticket, right? Because when you look at it again, who are those that are giving this consensus ticket to Jonathan? It is not Wike-led PDP. No. It is Turaki-led PDP. A group of persons that are loyal to Atiku. So, who is really pushing Jonathan? Who? Is it really Tinubu? Or is it really Atiku? When you look at it again, the fact that right now, all the state chairmen of the ADC, all of a sudden have woken up to file contempt of court charges against David Mark. Could it be that even Tinubu is beginning to realize that somehow Atiku may be using the Turaki-led PDP to also weaken him in the south? Could it be? Because if that case were to go by the judgment of Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, then Atiku will not be on the ballot. And if Atiku is not on the ballot, then it will make sense that Tinubu is really the one pushing Jonathan. Because at that point, if no Atiku on the ballot to try to break the northern votes from Jonathan, then it will be only southern candidates, majorly. And of course, it's not like the North would then vote for Tinubu. No, I have said it before. The reason why Tinubu and the APC are doing what they are doing is to try to provide a cover for when the rigging starts or happens. They know the North is against Tinubu and the APC. They know. So, but if there's no candidate from the North, and then they sponsor a Jonathan from the South to counter whatever leverage that Peter Obi has, right? Then they'll be able to get away with whatever rigging. In fact, they may not even need to rig much because Nigerians will just tire. That's their expectation, no, that's not the reality. So, take away. We must, as Nigerians, whether it is Tinubu that is pushing Jonathan, whether it is Atiku that is pushing Jonathan, whether or not the state's chairmen have the balls to actually file the contempt of court charges against David Mark to stop ADC from being viable, right? Whatever the case, we have seen what the APC is capable of doing from the way they conducted their primaries. If anybody is in doubt that the plan is to rig 2027, the plan, I'm not saying it has been rigged already. I'm careful about this distinction. So I'm not pushing the narrative that 2027 is already done. It's a done deal. No, it is not. I don't want to push that narrative because I don't want Nigerians to be discouraged. We should not be striking fear or desperation, despair into the hearts of any Nigerian. So, but from the signs, from the things we can see, it appears that APC, they don't perfect one new type of rigging that Nigerians don't know about yet. New type. See the way the APC primaries happened in Kogi. They don't hold primaries, but they announce results. See the way the one in Delta happened. The way Ned Nwoko was disgraced. The way the other Ngozi Okoli, the one that was that was elected on the platform of the Labour Party. And then after he was elected, he decamped to APC. He now started fooling himself, thinking he's now a member of APC. APC show him shege. See the way that election, that primaries went. They fixed primaries for a level. By the time the honorable came, 10 minutes to 11, they don't finish primaries. And that is how they did it everywhere across Nigeria. So what does that tell you as a Nigerian? That if a political party can do this in their primaries, what will they do in the general election? And see the way they started counting. There's a new type of counting now, whether an arithmetic progression or geometric progression. 1, 2, 10, 1005, 2007, 10,000, 11,002. That's the progression. All of these are signs that Tinubu and the APC understands. Free and fair election, they stand no chance. But they can't really come out and do brute force rigging. They can't. No matter the support of Donald Trump and the Europeans that they can get by dancing to their tune. Tinubu cannot do brute force rigging. It will be soft, systematic rigging. You see that glitch of 2023? A more advanced version of it is coming. A more advanced version of it is coming. And instead of allowing ourselves to get distracted, Peter Obi don't get ticket now. Attention should shift to ensuring free and fair election. And we're not going to get that free and fair elections by saying, oh, INEC chairman resign now. Please, okay, movement, stop it now. Stop it. Any resignation of INEC chairman now is advantage Tinubu, advantage APC. If a new chairman is elected now, there's the possibility that they will just say, oh, how many months remain? It's not enough for me. Let's extend it. They will go to National Assembly and do doctrine of necessity. They will extend his tenure. They think strategically now. Tinubu is playing 4D chess. Why are you guys playing Ayo? Are you playing Ludo? If we are going to stop rigging of APC and Tinubu in 2027, it is not by shouting that the INEC chairman must resign, INEC chairman is biased, and then we go and cook Tinubu's cap and put on his head. Not be so. When we do that, we are shooting ourselves in the foot, because we are making Tinubu bigger than he is. We are making Tinubu more powerful than he is. And then we are striking fear into the hearts and minds of Nigerians. Unknowingly, we are telling Nigerians that there's no need for them to come out and vote. Unknowingly, we are serving Tinubu voter apathy on a platter of diamond. So if we are going to stop Tinubu from rigging the 2027 election, which we can easily without risking anybody's life, it is not going to be by telling INEC chairman to resign. INEC is biased. No, it's not going to be by crying. No. It's not going to be by playing victim. Oh. Naturally, people don't love victims. Like strength. So we have to start projecting strength to show the people that we are a viable alternative. It is not going to be playing victim that will help us to get the people to come out. We have to show them strength. We have to show them that we are smarter than Tinubu. Because really, there's nothing for Tinubu to show. Sadly, when they were campaigning in 2023, Tinubu was mocking Peter Obi by saying that Peter Obi just gives out statistics. Saying that statistics we go chop. That was one of the memes, the quotable quotes that we got from 2023 elections. Saying that statistics we go chop. As a Nigerian now that Tinubu is president, waiting Tinubu they feed Nigerians and not be statistics. On paper, everything is working until you go to the market. Oh God. Until you check your salary versus what you are paying for bill, what you are paying for transport, what you are paying for petrol, what you are paying for school fees. That's when you will know that, Tinubu is really feeding Nigerians. Statistics. Nothing to show. He promised 24 hours light. Now, we not see 20 hours light safe. But they did not cost band A billion. So there's really nothing for Tinubu to campaign on. And he knows it. Some pastors are pointing it out. People like Suleiman. So the only way that APC continues is by rigging. And if we want truly to stop him, we must leave that his game for him and play our own. Come with brains. Come with smarts. Come with solutions that do not risk the lives of Nigerians. Come with solutions that will render a 5-in-1 Tinubu powerless. Very, very possible with Vote Watch. If you have not signed up for Vote Watch, I beg, what are you waiting for? Just try it and see. One of the beautiful things about Vote Watch is that you can be a Vote Watch member, nobody will know. And you can be a Vote Watch member volunteer a PU marshal, people we know. So you can get the benefits of being one of the people that saved democracy in Nigeria. Nobody will come and attack you or target you when you're operating in ghost mode. You will be a normal voter in your polling unit, yet you are doing the work of a PU marshal for Vote Watch. They won't know who to strike. So Vote Watch is a solution that will stop rigging and still keep you safe while you're doing it. Vote Watch is the solution that can guarantee that INEC is put in check and that Nigerians get real-time electronic transmission of results from polling units, and that Nigerians get something even more, which is real-time electronic collation of results from polling units. If you go back to the 2023 elections, when Melaye was doing his own thing, Mahmoud Yakubu asked him one question. You are complaining about the result for Kwara. Go back to that video. Said, maybe I'll look for it. In fact, it's time we start reminding ourselves about these videos. He said, oh, you are complaining about the results that were brought. You're saying the result has changed from the polling unit to the ward. It has changed from the ward to the local government. It has changed from the local government to state. If you are claiming that these figures are inflated, where is your own figure? Dino Melaye not get. Labour Party, Farouk not get. And that's because they did not have Vote Watch. If they had Vote Watch, before the election result moves from the polling unit to the first collation center, which is the registration area, right, or the ward level, the party's collation agent already has the figures to counter whatever goes on in there. And Nigerians already have it. And another beautiful thing is that the results from there will give whoever wins the confidence and the data required to contest and win the mandate in court, to render the courts paralyzed. Vote Watch not be play. Vote Watch is a game changer. It's a paradigm shift. If any Nigerian is not on Vote Watch, that Nigerian is working for Tinubu. If you are an obedient, you are a conquesian, you are an OK ticket supporter, and you are not on Vote Watch, you are not actively supporting Vote Watch, you're joking. You are a candidate and you are not an APC candidate, and you are not secretly working for Tinubu, and you are not supporting Vote Watch, you are joking. The signs are there already from the APC primaries. Those guys ain't playing. They're not playing. They're not the play. And you cannot come and say match them aura for aura. You can't match them violence for violence. They got the security apparatus on their side. And this is not the time to come and say, oh, we call for visa ban. They don't bloody care about no visa ban. Besides, see what Tinubu is doing now, giving Donald Trump anything he asks for. And Donald Trump is doing good for him. Who blocked the records of Tinubu from being released? It's not Donald Trump. It's trade by barter now. They call it the lobbying, the $9 million for lobbying is working. So now brain. Not be to complain, no. Now brain. We got to be smart. And the smart solution, Vote Watch. Sign up to become a PU marshal on Vote Watch. That's how to get Nigeria, take Nigeria back. You are a Showore supporter, you're not in Vote Watch. You're joking. The only way any candidate that is not a supporter of Tinubu will get justice in 2027 election, now by forcing free and fair elections on INEC. And what Vote Watch is doing is perfectly legal. It's not replacing INEC. Vote Watch is not going to come and announce results. No! But it will have a parallel vote tabulation platform with credible access to credible election results to all Nigerians, to the whole world. So it is a solution that all Nigerians must support. Leave all this their political gaming, this confusion that Jonathan is trying to put into the mix. Just forget all those things. Whether it is Jonathan, or whether it's Atiku, or whether it is Tinubu that is pushing Jonathan, forget about it. Whether Atiku will even succeed to get on the ballot, whether the state chairman would have the balls to institute the contempt of court charges against David Mark so that we officially bury ADC. Whether that will happen, we'll know in a bit. But you must volunteer to be a member of Vote Watch. If you want the prices of petrol to be 300 naira, you want the value of naira to be 500 naira to $1, you want school fees to come down again, while we still spread the student loan to more Nigerians? Yes, we can do that. So many failures of policy. Don't get me wrong, Tinubu has some good policies, but implemented corruptly to the extent that Nigerians don't see the benefits. So if it is by performance, Tinubu not even suppose bother about second term. But the fact that he's even contesting at all, and they are trying to, muddy the waters, cause confusion, shows you that they are planning some kind of rigging. And the only way to stop it is Vote Watch.